A lot of people have been asking, where have you been in regards to the podcast? What's going on?
What's going on is a lot of growth, a lot of change has happened both in our personal lives, but as well as in our professional lives. As you would know, today we're about to tell you a couple stories.
Have you been broke before? Have you ever been broke?
The Bible says, never confess negativity. I can never be broke. Yes, but I have been broke one time in my life. And I can remember recounting this story to you, I think the time that I came back from the island of Zanzibar. I was not only broke, but I was stranded. It happened that I had 5,000 Zambian kwaches that I had received as meal allowance from my university days. So I'm like 21 years old and I say I'm going to go to a different land that I've never been to and I only have 5,000 Zambian kwaches. 1,500 kwacha for the bus ticket from here to Dar es Salaam and 1,500 kwacha coming back. So 3,000 kwacha is already gone. What I didn't know is that the cost of traveling from the island of Zanzibar to Dar es Salaam and from Dar es Salaam to the island of Zanzibar will cost you 20 American dollars. And so the last 2,000 kwacha I had used as money for a ferry and money for my stay for about 4 or 5 days. So what happens is I get to the port in my last day in Zanzibar in a city called Stone Town. I'm at the port and I don't have money. I tell the guy who's there, he's like, hey guy, in an Iliche, I'm not speaking Nyanja, but I'm saying this in my mind. I just have about 500 kwacha. What can I do? He said, my friend, you can't go across into Dar es Salaam at 500. What you need is, he was asking about 1,200 kwacha. I'll never forget that particular instant. I went into the bathroom and I prayed and I said, oh God, help me in this particular situation because I need to get to my hometown. It's different when you're broke and you're stranded when you're within your country. You can call your aunt, you can call your cousin in desperation and say, help me for a night or two. When you're a complete foreigner in a land whose language you cannot speak, whose currency you do not know, and who are not willing to help you as a stranger, you are completely broke. You're completely stranded. You are in that moment destitute. And I was at that time destitute.
What's going on in your mind thinking of the whole situation? Are you worried that you're going to be deported at some point?
With this,
It's going to escalate to the point where you have to be forced out of the country.
Yeah.
Did that thought come to you?
Quite frankly, it did. And I pray that I would be deported. But the problem is that the African facilities, deportation could almost change into being homeless. And for me, my greatest concern was being homeless and the point that I don't have shelter, I don't have food. And I got to that point where I didn't have both shelter and food. We got onto this he gave me this illegal ticket to say, get onto the pontoon immediately before 15:01. I still remember the time. It was 15 hours in order for us to get onto that pontoon that ferries you from Stone Town into Dar es Salaam. He wrote this illegal ticket and he gave it to me. Just show it to the guard and it's going to make you get onto the pontoon. Good sir, I showed it to the guard and the guard grabbed that ticket. He threw it in my face. He says, get the hell out of this boat. I'll never forget the feeling of being completely stranded.
Rejected.
And rejected. Tell me, before I continue the story, what was the moment that you were completely broke?
Completely. I can't recall the moment at which I was completely broke, apart from the moment before I started business. Of course, those days were dark days, financially speaking. Didn't have money. All I had was ideas, hope. Though in my business career, I've had points where I've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And one of them was me excited. So I go into it minus the whole information of how you go about buying a used car. So the only thing that I did when I raised a particular amount of money, because I was checking the feeds on Facebook, seeing and checking how much the car I was interested in was being sold at the resale market value. So finally, I had some monies, equivalent to the same amount that I had anticipated.
For the sake of the listeners, can I hear how much that was?
By then, it was like 35,000 kwacha.
Perfect.
So I raised the 35,000 kwacha. However, I saw another steal deal, which was a car, Toyota Premium, which was being sold for, I think, it was 15,000.
Wow.
15,000. And the lease showed to say that you only have to, the car is a runner. The only thing that you have to work on is just the shocks, the minus. So I did my calculations and I was like, okay, I'll be able to flip this car.
Yeah, for profit.
For profit.
Yeah.
The moment I get it running, So I ran with that idea and I blocked the side of me that will allow me to actually look at the risks. So anyway, I went into the deal without doing my proper research, bought the car, and worked on it, invested my money on it. And sad enough, I ended up spending more than I anticipated. was quite alright. I actually bought it for 11,000.
Wow.
And you should have seen the deal, the close of the deal. The moment we gave the money to the man who was selling that car,
Yeah.
he started looking for it or money both immediately. Like he stopped giving us attention, my friend. That's the moment I knew something is wrong.
He's wrong here.
But I still have that hope because my friend was like, "Yeah, it's a good car. It's running and whatnot. We can do one or two things together."
But it was running the time that you got it from him.
Yeah, it was running. Not entering a specific gear, but I was just the car was moving and it was smoking. I have
So-
zero.
Oh my God. So it had transmission problems as well as engine problems.
Engine problem.
So the smoking was from the engine, and it failing to shift into the second gear was a transmission problem.
Bro, I had every problem that you can think of. Even the interior, the inside of the car,
Yeah.
the dashboard was messed up. So the only thing that was pushing me was the hope of you can make it for more.
Yeah.
These are good cars. And I remember that moment when I had to make the final decision to let go of the car because I saw how it was draining me of my money. Nothing was turning out like I was anticipating. It was a Christmas Eve. Finally sold it. Attracted some clients who would come at my grandmother's yards, check it out, go. Now this one person, footballer, came through. And I was like, okay, I think I can get it. I can get it. Let's store it all the way to yeah.
You were towing the car.
Yeah, the thing is, they came to test the car, drive test it before they buy it.
Yeah.
So the guy who was supposedly I still remember his name, Aaron. He was supposed to test drive it. So he put it on the test drive. And he stepped on the car, the accelerator. And I remember the car breaking down. It's the engine, eh? Oh my God. And that was the only hope. In my mind, the only thing I had was please sell.
Yeah.
Because I was traumatized by about this money. I don't know about my chant and my little prayer that I was saying, but the guy was like, okay, let's work around this car. The advertised cost was about 15,000. I dropped the price until it was finally at the price that I bought at 15,000, even after working on it. So the guy was like, okay, I can still get it if you accept to give it to me at 12,000. So I was like, okay, let me just get money off this. Money's good,
Money's
Money's money.
Money.
I can flip money and still raise my money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's do it. We towed the car all the way up to, what's the place? Not Lewanika. From Lewanika all the way up to Mateo.
Mateo.
So we go to Mateo, Keith and I, the guys. Go to Mateo, the guy starts having second thoughts. Like, okay, let me go and take a shower and I'll come back after we leave the car. His mechanic is so honest. He's like, okay, this guy, we're going to have to work on it after or if we have to start working.
Right.
The guy who brought the car was like, okay, Dad, I know the frustration in cars. I'm going to try to help you. Even if it's my friend who's buying the car, I'm going to try to help you, negotiate so that my friend gets the car. Like, all right, please, help out. So he comes back with news to say the guy is on the fence. The only way I can convince him to get it
Just the
is
price.
the price. Yeah, how much are we talking? So, okay, let's do this. Let's give him at 12,000. And I get a cut. I want to get it 1,000 kwacha of this thing. Like, okay, then do with it.
Yeah.
Let's get this off my hands. And so Joe went through.